between the episodes on Eisenholm. It's Dwarven time. Back down into the conglomerate mines we went to gather supplies in order to continue working on the castle. It went a little something like this. Quarry the slabs. Break down the slabs. Break rubble hammer. Make new rubble hammer. Continue to break down the slabs. Make a circle. That's cursed. Watch the world quickly become blanketed with snow. Head back down to quarry even more stone. Grab some blue clay for cobblestone. Break down the tower of slabs. Break the new rubble hammer. Ponder the flying slabs. Pray to the flying slabs. Make a new rubble hammer. Break down our flying slab overlords. And then our work was interrupted by the first, yes, I said first, temporal storm of the episode. Emerging victorious thanks once again to the modern engineering provided by the Boiler Room Mach 3. We set off for one last round of quarry the slabs, break down the slabs, and yes, of course, break the new rubble hammer. The rest of the slabs were broken down into regular conglomerate rock to use for polished detail later. With nearly 3/4 of a trunk full of conglomerate cobblestone and dry stone, that now brings us to today, where we're going to give the castle a little bit of love. We've been working on the workshop there for a little bit. I think the gatehouse needs a little bit more finish, and some of the walls need to get put in place. Winter's going to be the time to build because there's not a lot of other chores we can really take care of since the bees are asleep and the crops aren't going to be growing. So let's grab a little bit of dirt here. If I could stop putting my lantern down, that would be fantastic. Okay, so we've got ourselves a decent collection of dirt here. I'm keeping some of this as regular soil, just in case we need it for, landscaping purposes instead of building out a framework. We're doing the old packed dirt method here. I think it's going to work out pretty nice. There's one more thing we're going to need, in addition to all this packed dirt. Path blocks. Honey, where are my paths? Oh, right, I think I used them all. Let's make more. There we go. 2 stacks ought to do it. Now let's sleep off the rest of this night so we can get out there and do a little bit of decorating. We got a fierce wind blowing, the sun's about to rise. A crisp, cool winter 6 a.m. Hello, sir? Vacate the premises, please. I'm calling the police. If activity's low, the sun's about to come up, I think this is as good a time as any to start laying out a little bit of framework for what we're going to do. Of course, we have a rift right there. You're purple. Weird. So just coming along the northern side of the gatehouse here, we have one wall section that we put together a little bit earlier when we were laying out the foundations. So this guy is going to go until it meets up with the actual hillside here. Realizing that hillside is actually quite a bit taller. That could be a structural weakness. We're going to have to put a tower there. And with these, I'm going to come out a little ways. Ooh. So it's going to be coming back out towards the front of the castle. Just to add a little bit of different shape to it. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 wall segments, and that's going to reach right here. So this wall here is going to be the edge of a tower that we're going to have going up. The height of that, well, that's going to be determined by whatever's a safe height for the hillside there. Okay, and we do have a natural slope up in the terrain, which is going to be beneficial. I'm going to want a difference of 7 blocks between where the floor is there for the first gatehouse and where the floor is for our second gatehouse here. So most of the inner courtyard is going to be flat, and then it'll slope up, focusing specifically on where the gatehouse is, which likely might be around that hill. That might be a bit far over. It depends on how big the keep is. We're going to have to figure that out today. This might be a good hillside for the keep. I want to build it slightly into the mountain, and that's about as good a peak as any. Let's get an idea of the footprint for a little bit of the outer wall here that's maybe not quite hugging the coastline, but facing it. I might need to use ladders for some of this. Woohoo. That's where we're going to have a bit of wall coming out first, and let's get ourselves on up there so it'll be a little bit easier to mark out where the walls and everything are going to go, because I don't want to have to keep placing and breaking ladders. Okay, 2 wall segments. Now I'm not going to fill out all of these just because that's going to be a lot of extra dirt for the moment. This is mainly going to be outlines. Just doing this to have a safe walkway here for planning out and viewing things at the moment. I think this will probably be the corner. So we're going to do another little tower. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. There we go. Corner tower. The edge of that is going to be decently close to the shoreline, but we have, you know, good maybe 10 blocks or so before we hit water. Yeah. Now what I'm thinking for that area down there, we're going to have the walls go a little ways. And then maybe have it curve around to have an area that overlooks the bay here. Either a garden or a bridge going over to another tower. Whether there's going to be a road under there or not, I'm not too sure. Is enough room? There might not actually be enough room to go around it here. So, let's see what we've got here. So, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far, we've made it around to here. We're going to have a square tower here just to differentiate it a little bit. In fact, why stop at a square? I could make it slightly rectangular. Let's do that. So we got 7. Let's go 8, 9, 10, 11. 7 by 11. We'll have a convenience store here. Excellent. Okay, so this is the center here. So this building here will probably link out to a little tower we'll have jutting out there with an arched bridge that goes over to it. But that will be once we've built up the walls a little bit, and we'll figure out what we want that to look like. And that might be our little lookout area. Because, oh boy, is that a nice view. It's south-facing, so we're going to get the sun all day. And the beautiful thing is, with where the keep is going to be, it'll also be south-facing, so we'll have the sun all day long. Just coming in through different angles and different stained glass windows and such. It's going to be nice. When you're in a cold climate like this, a south-facing window is very important for letting a lot of natural light in and having a bit of a greenhouse effect. In-game, it won't be a greenhouse effect, but it'll give the illusion of a warmer interior. Oh, I like how this is coming together so far. I mean, it's just dirt. It's just dirt, but it looks good. Okay, let's do a little bit more before the sun goes down. We got very high rift activity. It's going to get super dangerous here in about, a minute and a half. There's dogs around. And a moose. That moose is growing antlers. Yes. Soon, The day of the antlers will be upon us. Yes. Splish splash while you can, moose. Is that a wolf there trying to get it? They fighting? Huh. What am I doing getting distracted with wildlife? Drifters are coming. Get this tree in the way here, but I think this will be the corner tower here that'll then start to go in toward the forest, because I think that should be plenty of space. We have a massive spot here for the castle interior. Yeah, but let's skedaddle before it gets dange. And yes, if I end up building the floor and leave this entire place covered, it will get dark, and it will be a drifter spawn pit. And rifts will form under there, and then spawn things above the ground. It will be dangerous. I'll have to light that up eventually. Maybe if we can push for steel at some point soon, then I can make the Jonas paintbrush and just make a whole bunch of those light blocks. That could be good. I've got to get you all outside soon. And these short winter days, they may just be the death of me. Yeah. It's early, so we're going to want to get as much sleep as we can. As close to daytime and morning as possible. Okay. 3:45. But it's calm. Perfect time for a little bit of building in the dark. Just gonna bring a little snack with me. There we go. Bop that extra crock back away. Now, the reason I'm doing these subtle curves... Yes, hello, wolf. You can't get me up here. You should know this. But the reason why I'm doing these subtle curves here is so we have angled walls while we can still do a repeating pattern of a 5-wide segment. It shouldn't look too jarring. It should actually look pretty nice. I will admit these slightly indented 5-block long sections are pretty much exactly what I did for the walls when I was building Blue Nerd's Castle in that other block game. But I like the way it looked, so I'm incorporating it. We all know the best builders don't just take inspiration. We just flat out steal an idea. It's like dungeon mastering. 5. We do another corner. Yeah, another corner tower like that one. So, out 1. And a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this tree is right in my way here. It's all kinds of in the way. Just bring my shears. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna grab my shears and deal with this. Maybe bring my sword and deal with that wolf, too. Shears, you've been called to action. And you as well. Shield. Perchance. Wolf. Did you fall down there? Where are you? Oh, doggo. The hunter's going to become the hunted. I've lost track of the dog. Well. So we've looped around. We've got kind of the curvature in place. It's sort of a line out to a wall and then a gentle slope to a rectangular building that'll lead out to a little bit of a lone tower detached from the castle, but just connected with a bridge. And then curves around, corner tower, and a little bit more curve here as we're making our way back toward the mountain, giving a nice wide berth so that there can be buildings and a little bit of land in between the first and second wall. And I think about here is, well, if we start it here, it's just offset from our gatehouse there. This might be our western gatehouse. Let's see. I'm going to need to make more packed dirt. And I'm going to need to eat. And this gatehouse is going to mirror that one pretty much. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in. And these ones are more squared. Just going to do packed dirt there, even though we're level with this, just so we can see our outline that we're working with. Let's run on back and grab a tough stick. Carefully sprint along our makeshift wall outline. Get ourselves the inner dimensions here. So, got the tower there, and then that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 block gap, and then another tower. Okay. Now we sprint back along our precarious blending. Some have the lines of scrimmage, we have the line of dirtage. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. It's almost the perfect spot. We're in a little bit of a forest clearing down there. Well, this is actually going to go out into it, so we're still going to have to clear out some forest. Go. We've got our gatehouse marked out. We're just gonna remove this little bit of dirt here and level out the land. But I think as far as the outer wall goes, I'm gonna stop at the gatehouse at least for our lines, because we still need to figure out the inner dimensions for our second gatehouse that leads into the keep courtyard. So what do you say we figure out where our keep is gonna keep itself? Now, the main thing we're going to need to figure out first. So the ground floor is not this. 1 block above. You can see that is our ground level, and this is the line of our dirt. So that block, we're going to want to go up 7 from there to get the elevation for our keep floor. And so right here, yeah, this is the right elevation. Right here at Y129, this is the ground floor of our first courtyard. So we're going to want to go 7 blocks up, which is probably roughly about there. I am eyeballing it and guessing, but 129, we want to go up 7 from that to get to the floor of our... Yes, wolf? We want to go up 7 to get to our second gatehouse floor. I need to find that wolf and take it out. Oh, doggo. Are you only around when I'm not looking for you? Where did you go? There you are. Excellent. Excellent. I need more room. I don't really need that flint. Don't really need that limestone. I can take one of them back, I guess, because I really don't need this bush meat. You know what? It's rot. It's rot. I'll take it. Where's the rest of you? You've earned your freedom this day. But be warned. Should you ever return to these lands... Well, I don't know what I'll do, but it probably won't be good. Not going out in the water there. Get my toes wet. Alright, where was I? Elevation. So over this massive swath of a distance, I mean, you can see, way far out there is our first curtain wall. And way back here is kind of closer to where the keep is going to be. So the 7 block elevation change that I'm wanting for the walls might be too gradual of a slope. If we were doing only 2 curtain walls. So I think I'm going to go back to my original idea of 3 curtain walls. One of them being the keep's outer wall. Here. Okay. How far back does this go? Because I kind of want it butted up into the mountain here. Let's see. This is... Ah, hungry again. This food does not last long when I'm out here minus 11. No wonder my hunger rate is probably through the roof. Yes, it is. 154. Oh boy. Let's go grab a shovel. I'm probably going to want one of those. Ooh, this is steep. Oh, this is steep. If I can flatten out where the keep is going to be, that'll give me a much better idea of where and how to shape the second curtain wall. I have an axe. Okay. I do not have a shovel. Well then. Digging it out by hand it is. I don't think stone shovels are gonna help much. It's alright, it's calm outside. Where's that secondary water source coming from? Is that just coming from a tree? I think that second part of the water source is just coming off a tree. And much like this spot here that I originally picked thinking the keep would fit here, way too close to there. Also, this is temporally unstable. Let's take this down, just because this is not going to be a viable spot in the slightest. And we're going to double check before I mark out that our new keep location is going to be stable. About here. Yeah, that's roughly center. Okay. The other gatehouse is hidden in there. This should be good. Alright. So we are at minus 510. So I'm going to want to go 31 blocks here. I believe 479 is where I want to be. Okay, so this is where the front corner of the keep is going to sit, and the keep's going to butt right up to the sheer rock face. It's probably pretty difficult to see that behind me as it's the middle of the night. The shape of this keep is going to be just a little irregular. So, I'm going to make a rectangle for now, just to mark out the space so we know where to place the other walls, but the keep is probably going to be one of the later things we actually put together. Okay, I think I have the width of it marked out. It's going to be 27 blocks wide of a space here. We've got 31 going in to there, and a bit more inside the mountain, so it's going to be a longer keep than it will be wide. Let's double check. That's not going to intersect the waterfall there. Oh. Yeah. Now, on this side, it doesn't leave a whole lot of room between here and the gatehouse. Actually, that's probably a ton of room. I'm just not seeing it. Yet we have swaths. Swaths, I say. So now, ooh, ooh, falling in the darkness. Somewhere midway, probably about here-ish, I would say. Yeah, and then we'll just kind of loop it around. Maybe not quite mimic the shape of our first curtain wall, but similar. I just heard the quiet gruntings of a bear somewhere off in the darkness. Where are you? There it is. There be that boy. He's infiltrated my castle domain. I can barely make him out here. I doubt you're going to really be able to see him with the YouTube compression, but there he is, silhouetted against the dappled snow. Well, we cannot suffer a bear to live. But we'll worry about him in the daytime, when we can actually see him and shoot him. For now, let's get this gatehouse marked out. Is that another bear? Are there two bears here? We got a breeding pair of bear? Unfortunate. And a happy little accident that's come about with this particular guard tower of the gatehouse. You bear. Is it goes directly over this other little cave hole. So we're going to have a few different structures, I think, just from working with the natural landscape underneath that are just going to descend down into the depths. Well, at least they'll cover up the pitfalls so we won't fall in. So this particular little gatehouse here for our second curtain wall, I don't think I have, comfortably anyway, the space to do the same thing we've done with that gatehouse, and eventually with the other gatehouse over on the western side. That one, full-on defensive, you know, Barbican kind of area, having a little kill zone right in there. This one is probably just going to be mostly defensive towers, and theoretical intruding enemies would still be kind of locked in and forced onto a specific approach for this gatehouse, so I don't think having an intersection is all that necessary. We've already got 2 layers of defense, no matter whether they come in from east or west, and then they'll have to come through here, and then there'll be another gate attached to the keep. I think 4 layers of defense might be good. As long as they're not a dragon flying in here, that's... But we're not built for that. Dragons are built different. We're built like people. We're good against assaults by land. Maybe by sea. But definitely not by air. And as the sun's coming up, we can probably catch sight of those bears a little easier than we could earlier. Look at you, strutting around like you own the place. Whoops. Uh-oh. I gotta get up there. I'm in bear territory. We're probably gonna have to deal with this. This is gonna be probably a staircase up, because that wall's going to have to kind of do something. Just gonna fill this in so I don't fall. Okay, the keep is up there. So we'll probably have to take down a portion of that hill, perhaps. Because that's going to be a bit of a safety issue. Unless we have just another building up top there. We'll see. See how this shapes up. Don't worry if the shape and scope of this isn't quite clicking at the moment. We're going to see it in full glory from a nice zoomed out view soon enough. But first I'm going to get this other wall in place going around the other side. And this hill is 100% going to have to at least be trimmed down a little bit. It will save us having to build up some ground, though. So we're probably going to build the wall being informed by the shape of this. So this wall is going to be fairly symmetrical. We've got our center gatehouse here, 2 wall segments, and a 5x5 square tower. Now on this side, same thing, 2 wall segments and a 5x5 square tower. And we'll probably just have the flare-out walls that we have on that side mimicked on this side. And that'll help inform the shape of the rest of that wall as well. They might, because of the mountain elevation, they might meet up. Maybe. If we keep flaring out, are we going to meet up with that hill? I think we just might. Let's try it. I think this could work out. I think this could work out nicely. Oh, would you look at that? And then this would be a good place for a tower, and then we kind of cap off whatever sort of defensive portion we're going to need as it butts up into the side of the mountain here. Okay. So what are we gonna do with the first curtain wall? Let's see, how close are we if I can get a good view. Oh, that's the cave where I found silver. Okay. This could be a nice spot for an overlook of that section. Yeah. I do have a thought, though, from our little gatehouse there. Having the wall come out as normal and then jut out into a big circular area where the walls have a bit more of a unique texture to them in comparison to the regular kind of flat repeating walls. Have it be kind of a rounded feature wall and then have the terrain slowly elevate up so it's in line with the walkways that would be on the wall, so it becomes kind of a nice lookout over the forest. Because if I'm not mistaken, what kind of view is this? We are still in the tree line. Would that work? Or should it be something a bit more like here? Because that's going to bring us up to, is it 142 would be the top of these walls. I think this actually might be the better elevation to do that. And then the bottom wall is just going to meet up to the side of this raised section. Because this would be the top of our second curtain wall. Or, well, maybe here on the walkway, but that would give us a great view overlooking, once we clear away some trees, the entire dock area. And I've pondered too long. I am subtly starting to shiver. And I hear drifties. No thank you, drifty boys. Not today. No Girl Scout cookies for me. No, sir. I'm gonna go toast my buns and avoid these bears. Toasty buns. Toasty buns. It's Christmas time for my backside. It's a good thing. Let's replenish our stock of packed dirt, just a tad bit here. Okay, 9 copper arrows, 16 crude arrows. That might be enough. So we can maximize daytime building. Let's head over there and take care of those bears in the dead of night. I don't remember planting a birch sapling there. Weird. Nature is healing. I can't believe I hit it. All right. Well, that was easy. Oh. Yeah, I'll take this. 18 raw bushmeat. I'll take it. Why not? Do we need bones? Not at the moment. Not necessarily. Okay, where's the other one? I got a taste for blood now. I'm sure I'd already heard if it was the one over here. Okay. Deeper toward the tree line. Bush murder and profit. Oh, bear. Bear? Bear? Where, oh where, is the bear? Could have fallen down a hole. It's very possible. There's a couple of those around here. Well, either it's moved on to greener pastures, or that was just one very mobile bear that I thought was 2. Yeah, I'm not seeing it anywhere. Well, in that case, let's wait for morning and keep on building. See you when the sun's awake. Here we are, back at it at breakfast time. Off to the west side here, where I'm wanting to have a tower here before, well, actually maybe a tower sooner, because we do have a long stretch of wall. But what kind of circumference are we looking at?
Okay. And this will be the beginning of a large circular section. This is one of the many challenges of improvising as you design a build. Sometimes you have a lot of thoughts and you can't verbalize every single one. And so you have a conversation with yourself and you finish it halfway through speaking out the first part. Welcome to a look inside my mind.
The inner workings of my mind are an enigma.
Well, anyway, let's make a circle. Alright, pulling up a handy-dandy circle generator here. There we go. A 30 block wide circle. It's not quite as large as I had imagined, but once we're up top 7 more blocks, we'll have a good bit of space. We can flatten out this hill anyway. So let's try and connect that wall up to meet with this one. Where can I safely get down? Is this a good spot? It'll do. Oh, these dang trees. I can't see where I'm going. Maple's getting in my way. There's whole trees in my way. Alright, maple tree. I like you, but you don't like me. Going to the farmhouse. Gonna grab me my trusty axe. Lyrics are not always my strong suit. Oh, you are not a trusty axe. You are almost done. Well, let's see if you can get through 2 maple trees. As the sun threatens to crest upon the horizon at just shy of 4 p.m. These are the shortest days of the year we're getting close to. Soon we'll have a day where we wake up, have breakfast, and time for bed. I should probably bring that out a little bit, because this wall is going to end up being way further out. What should we do? From the gatehouse here, let's go 1, 2, 3, and then this 4th one, because that's... Let's break off this 4th one. Turn that into a tower. So we can go straight on into the curvature of the circle. I'm going to modify this circle a little bit. I'm going to bring it out 4 more blocks. And I'm starting to understand why a lot of those other block game YouTubers cut out a lot of their design process. There's a lot of going back and forth on ideas. So we're going to go another 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that feels more like the circle I was envisioning. Coming out here, being closer to the dock. Yeah. Middle of the night, so I can't really see much, but with here, what are we looking at? We got a tower there. If I were to go in a straight line, what are we looking at? Get out of my way, branches. I'm trying to see things. 7 plus 6 is 13. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. 13, because for straightaways, to have our 5-block pattern repeating, we're actually going to want multiples of 4, and then 1 additional in the end for a column. So this actually works out beautifully. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to be basically wall column, 3-block gap, column, 3-block gap, column. This will work. This will be fine. Let's see if I can get a good establishing shot here. And no. That was interesting. I was just trying to get a good establishing shot. I built up a pillar, and then I just slid off the ladder. No rhyme, no reason. Let's go make some more ladders. I just wanted an establishing shot, I'm sorry. Ah. Toasty buns once again. So, let's check on these cabages. It's been a couple days of putting together the outline for the castle. Oh. Well, that would have helped if, Okay. Well, these are still going to take a little bit. I wonder if I do this. That might keep it moisturized. We'll give these a little bit of time. Hopefully they'll update in a bit here to recognize they have water. Let's take a little peek-see here at the little pigs. Yes. The piglets have been born. Oh, yeah. Cutlet and your 2 wives. You're trying to kill me. I understand. Oh, let's see. Let's get up on the roof here. Take a look at the little piglets. It is the time of the piglets. Look at the little baby pigs down there. It's the circle of life. I watched Wheel of Fortune. There's a lot of pigs. And a rift over there. Ow. As I break my legs. Alright, with the outline basically complete, I think it's time we get serious about building it up. We have nearly a trunk full of supplies. I don't know how far that'll get us in terms of building up the wall. But let's find out. Let us commence the time lapse. Gonna get a few more blocks in here. Yeah, I'm okay. And we've got ourselves a temporal storm coming through, so let's skin some drifty boys. I'm just gonna lean all casually here while I wait for the storm. How you doing? Come and get me. Come and get me. Coming, you coward. Can't believe he'd look at me dead in the eye and then walk away like he doesn't owe me money. By money, I mean his flesh. Drifty boys. Hi, Dave. Nice weather we're having, isn't it? More of your children are falling in the soup. I'll be right back. I don't actually know if they're related. He might just be, you know, the giraffe that hangs around. Let's count our goodies here. We got 2 more temporal gears. 5 more rusty gears. Bring us to a total of 51 and whatever's in the house. 13. Not bad. 13 more flax fibers. Turn some of those into twine. And a Jonas part. One day I'll look into what we can make with these. I'm not too worried about collecting them. Just kind of passively doing it as these temporal storms come about. Where is that bear? I couldn't find it outside. Is it down in a cave? Oh, no. No. Last time I heard a bear and I couldn't find where it was. I remember now where I found it. Oh, no. Not again. Every time I put lights here to stop things like you from spawning. Alright. That's it. I'm getting me mallet. I'm grabbing my bow. And I'm grabbing my arrows. And I'm gonna go. And I'm gonna get vengeance for the second set of rams that a bear has spawned in and decimated. Oh no. Okay. We're just gonna. But hey, at least we got meat, right? That's good. I'll take these bones too. I'm just glad they don't spawn into the pig pen. I'd be mighty upset. It's a sad day. But at least we've got piglets. So one day when they grow up, we're gonna be flush with fat and bacon and food will be good. We'll be eating big. And eating pig.
Now, with these forays all taken care of and sadness in our hearts from the passing of the rams, let's shake things up, shall we? Just gonna quickly clear a lot of this out of my inventory before we do something a little different. So we've been dealing with rocks and quarries and now snow for a little bit now. How's about we take ourselves just a wee bit of a trip south? Not too far, just a little bit, just to see if we can find some new tree types or rock types. I know we've been quarrying a lot, but new types are exciting. Maybe a new source of shale. Who knows? We haven't gone that far south, and I want to see how quickly we can find something like a redwood or, well, acacia's probably pretty far away. But let's see what we can find. Onward to adventure! As we sail off south to parts unknown, I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Especially a shout out to our channel members. Y'all are the greatest. Thank you so much. See you all a little bit to the south as we search for new wood. And new rock. New anything, really. Maybe some more torch holders? That'd be great.